We'll see where we're at. We'll let it chill for a second. How much salt we got in the bottom there? The egg's still sunk. There's still quite a bit of salt in the bottom, so put some more handfuls of salt. Yeah, there's a little bit of wood bark getting in it, but that's fine. That'll just add a little flavor. And I'm gonna rinse it probably a little bit before I put it in the smokehouse anyway. Just kind of dunk it, so. And this process for skinning them and everything is almost the same for every animal. So just keep that in mind. Like if you're doing a sheep, it's pretty much the same. Pigs are kind of the one exception. They're a little different because you leave the skin on, generally speaking, for pigs. I was just testing to see if the egg would float yet. Probably needs to be about a third salt for the egg to float. Alright guys, we just dumped the meat out of the brine here. You can see it's less red than it was before probably. I'm going to go get a little bit of fresh water here in this bucket, rinse it, and let it soak for an hour or two, because I probably had it soaking probably a little longer than I should have, probably a little over 24 hours for stuff this size. So we're gonna just put a little fresh water in it. Yeah, tomorrow I gotta go and register my car, so that's gonna be fun. probably, after I do that, I think I'm gonna just kind of drain it. Rinse it like that and drain it maybe a little bit. Ooh, is that some cold stuff? Ooh, is that cold? And this is going to be some salty water. So, truthfully, I probably could have just kept it just in salt, and you can just preserve it with just smoke. But the salt just makes it a little bit safer, and I tested some meat before and it went bad, so I just wanted to salt it this time to make it a little bit better. And last time I just salted on the outside, I didn't salt it in water. It also got 80 degrees for a couple days, so that's a whole nother thing, but yeah. For the smoking, I like to use hickory or oak. These are both hickory and oak mixes. So that's just what I like to use. Green wood's better. You notice, see how it's a little red and brown color? This is actually my favorite color. But that's kind of what you like to use, or what I like to use for smoking. Green wood, oak or hickory. That's generally what I get around here. So that's what I use. Alright guys, we're going to use a little bit of an old feed bag here. Put that in there as kindling here. And we'll throw some leaves in. It's a little bit wet out today. So we're just getting the fire started here. So we're not too worried about you know, it being perfect here. We're just getting it started. Pulling it up here, just walking through here to get some more clean sticks. It's been dry most of the day. It just rained this morning, so I think some of these sticks I'm getting here will be fine. They're fairly dry now. They dried out a little bit throughout the day with the wind. It's windy today. It was cold today. Alright, we got that. Got some sticks now. Yeah, that's pretty soft wood right there. It's just cracking right away. Cut this log right here real quick, and then we'll be off to start this thing. Perfect. It's a nice little piece to start the thing. Alright. Guys, come up for a close-up view here. There's how it looks in there. We'll probably put one of these up there, push them down a little bit, and see what we can get started here. I think it's gonna start up. We'll let that go for a few minutes, see if it'll start up at all. Throw a little more kindling in. We're just starting up. Sorry about the shaky camera, guys. I'm just trying to get things going here. I think that's gonna start. It looks pretty good to me. Looks like it's really getting the sticks good underneath there, centered well. Don't always turn out that good. And you know, you don't want to use paper while you're smoking the meat in there, but just for starting the fire, this is fine. This is all gonna burn up real quick, so I'm not too worried about it right away. But if you got the meat in there smoking, don't use newspapers or things like that. They have poisonous chemicals on them. But just for starting the fire, I'm not too squeamish about that kind of thing personally. So, Bailey! My dog just got shocked by the electric fence over there. He's learning. One day he might learn. Alright. Make sure you didn't knock the wire down. It looked kind of low for a second. No, it's not. It's fine. Okay. You all right, Bailey? He's learning not to touch that thing one shock at a time. He's probably been shocked 4 or 5 times now, but I don't think he's quite put one together yet. All right, I think it's starting up. We'll give it a couple minutes here, and I'll tune back with you guys. All right, guys, I think we got the fire about perfect now. You got some coals, but it ain't exactly perfect, but it's cooling down to a point that I think it'll be good for smoking now. So we're gonna start taking the meat out of the water here, and we're gonna start hanging it in the smokehouse. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. We'll try to get you guys a good angle here. I think you'll kind of be able to see from there what I'm doing. See. No, Bailey, come on. Right there. Yeah. These are the tenderloins right here that I'm hanging up first. And I'm kind of just stringing the wire through them. You can use different wires or strings or different things. This is just seemed like the easiest option for what I'm doing today. So that's what I'm using. Right. Now for the 2 big old leg roast. This is kind of a big old piece of meat here. Look at that thing. And it's going to take a while to smoke this thing right here. Just based on the size of it, you know. Alright. Just set this up here for a second. See if we'll do a loose knot. Probably pretty good. And the last one I'm just going to hang right on this, just this one meat hook, because I already got some string in there to hook it to. So, and these meat hooks are literally just made from, they're just made from old wire that I had, good wire, but you know. Alright, that's probably good. Alright, I'm gonna hang this one in there right off. So let it cool down in there a little bit. We might elevate that a little bit if we can. Probably can't. Alright, I'll let you guys see what I'm doing here. Just hanging these up here. I'm probably going to raise them just a tad, I think. That one anyway. These ones over here, I can already do that because they're not attached. So just figured I'd show you what it looks like inside the smokehouse. You can see I've done some smoking in it. I might do this neck roast for a little while too. I just gotta cut the bone a little bit. That's the main thing. And you can see this is pretty easy wire to use. These are a little lighter, but they should work perfect. I've got boards up here you probably can't see because it's dark, but I got boards up there. And I'll have more to the video probably tomorrow when it's lighter out that you guys should be able to see. You'll see what I'm talking about. That seems like a pretty good way to hang it. See, this wire's nice and easy to use. Smokehouse is running pretty good there. I'm just gonna let the meat soak for a little while, let the logs start that we just put in there. My hand's cold. It's like 35 degrees right now. I got water on my hand, and I'm used to it being like 50s. It's cooling down though. End of the day here. Yeah, you can see it's probably looking pretty good in there. I'm just letting it break down the coals a little bit. I think that's probably oak wood, but I prefer to use some of this green stuff for the smoking. So I'm just letting that heat up hot. And we'll probably throw one piece of this in just to kind of get some round wood started here. Just to get it burnt, get some more coals in there. And we'll let that burn for a little while, let the meat soak for a little while, and I'll bring you guys back in just a few. And guys, I talked about the most useful tool on a homestead before, which ended up being this wire, which I did find the tie wire now, but being this is going to be for food, we'll use the cleaner wire for this, because the tie wire that I use is a little rusty, but it still works good for a lot of things. But I'm just going to use some of this wire to hang the meat up in there, and this will last indefinitely almost, this wire here. So we'll let it cool down a little. I mean, it's already cool, but I just wanted to cut a couple wires. I'm going to use that to hang the meat on, which is soaking in the fresh water here. We'll let it wash off a little bit. I set this board up here from between these two trees to kind of hang stuff on. I'm just putting the tenderloins up top in here. You can see I already hung one. Alright, now you guys can see we've got most of the meat hanging in there. Like I said, I might do the neck roast in a little while here, but I'm going to leave it in that fresh water for a while. I'm going to work on it a few minutes here. I'm going to start putting some good oak wood in. It's a mixture of oak and hickory, but mostly oak. See, we got the coals perfect just right now. Kind of want to use some of this split wood and let them start each other up. Put a couple other pieces in, a couple wet pieces. I try to keep them a little bit wet. That's generally a pretty good rule of thumb when you're smoking stuff. And we got her started right now. And keep in mind, this is a cold smoke. This is for preservation. I'm not exactly cooking it, but it is going to dehydrate it pretty good. So oh, there's a nice soaked log right there. That's going to be a good one for this here, but we'll let it sit out for a minute. Two good ones there. We'll let that start up. You can see the smoke starting to go in there. And I'll probably give you guys an update on it tomorrow morning, because I'm going to be doing this for most of the night. So you won't be able to see much in the next hour here. So, all right, stay tuned. Anyway, guys, I already ate some of the smoked deer, but this is kind of what it looks like when you're done. I like to put some salt on this after I take a piece off, but it's like jerky right now. It gets real hard like this. You can take a piece off. You can rehydrate it in water, or you can just fry it in some hot oil, and it's real good stuff. Tastes great, adds a great flavor to any meal. Anyway, you ready for your treat? See it? See it? See it? Nice catch. Nice catch. We'll give you one more for the show. One more, boy. See it? Nice. Very nice. Good boy. Good boy.